Hi, my name is Juliet Keister. I am the grade 9 and grade 10 chemistry teacher, and I also teach DP Environmental Systems and Societies here at ISNS. So chemistry is all about what our world is made of. It's about the different types of materials that make up not only our world, but also the whole universe. So when we start talking about chemistry to the 6th graders, their understanding is basically what is solid, liquid, and gas. And then each year, they build more and more chemistry knowledge. So for example, the 7th graders learn about mixtures. They have some fun activities like making crystals, investigating all about solutions. Then in grade 8 is when we introduce the periodic table, which are all of the different known elements of the universe. And by grade 9, they're able to learn more about elements, molecules, and compounds. What I really like about the 9th grade chemistry unit is it's very practical. It's really hands-on. We do a lot of different labs. It really combines the practical skills with the theoretical knowledge. Then in grade 10, there are still practicals, but it's more knowledge-based. They're going to talk about what is nuclear chemistry? How do scientists use chemistry to generate energy? And they do experiments using calculations to predict what do they expect to see and then compare their calculations to what they actually get in the laboratory. So all of this is to prepare them if they choose chemistry as their DP subject. Then in DP chemistry, they would be learning even more content, and they'll have the opportunity to do their IA, which is internal assessment. In grade 9 and 10, we have it set up where students are exposed to content from each of the 4 different DP classes. By the end of grade 10, they should know which one they really want to dig into deeper. And then transitioning into DP, there's a greater focus in DP on test-taking skills, how to do well on a written assessment. So we are focusing on how do you succeed on a test and also enjoying doing experiments and really pushing the students' conceptual understanding to the next level. In grade 9, I'm really looking at their collaboration skills. One example of a chemistry project that students collaborate on is a unit about soil chemistry. So I give them their dependent variable and the tool to measure the dependent variable, but they have to discuss with their partner what they want their independent variable to be, which also requires creative thinking. This experiment is different than other ones they've done because every group has a different independent variable. I don't know what the outcome will be. So it's good for them to realize when you do a real experiment, you actually don't know what's going to happen. It is a lot about agency. By grade 9 and 10, they're old enough to learn no matter what happens, as long as you learn something, it's a success. Chemistry, we have summatives kind of checkered throughout. So they'll do at least one strand of each criteria, but right now we're not having them always do full criteria. For example, the lab that I just did with my 10th graders, I gave them the background information and the research question and the procedure. So for criterion B, they just had to write their own hypothesis and do calculations. And then for C, I'm only assessing the evaluation, so they didn't have to make a graph. And that way they're able to practice each type of skill in each unit, and they'll do each strand twice throughout the year, but there's not pressure to do a full A, B, C, and D in every unit. Environmental Systems and Societies is a really good interdisciplinary course. So students can take it to fulfill their ISNS credit or their science credit. It's actually a hybrid. And it brings together sciences of the natural world with a focus on ecology and some chemistry, married together with what are humans doing, why are they doing it, what are the causes and effects. We do look at a lot of global problems, but it's very solutions focused. When I teach it, I really try to promote what can we do about it? What are people doing now? What could you do? It's a highly relevant course. It takes the systems approach, so looking at things in the big picture. If a student is really invested in science, then they might take this as their ISNS credit, but they would have to take another science class. If they're using it for their ISNS credit, they have to have a different science. If they're using it for their science credit, they have to have a different ISNS. You can't get both. The most important difference between one type of thing and any other type of thing is the number of protons in the nucleus of the atom. The other advice that I always give is remember to take breaks. If you feel confused or overwhelmed, you should either ask for help or just take a break and try again later.